And I think we're live.
Are we on the internet?
Are we on the internet, people?
We're on the interwebs.
On the internet?
I mean,
Take us away.
Hi, internet. Carl, it is your turn to introduce us to these beautiful people.
It is indeed. Hello, and welcome to the Ready Up podcast. We're on episode 15. I'm pulling that number out of my ass because I don't know if that's true.
We are in fact on 15.
Got it in one. Shot in the
Not
dark.
gonna lie, I've forgotten myself.
Batman. Anyway, episode 15. Who would have thought? Today we're talking. No, none of us. Not even you, the viewer. Today we are talking about Sea of Thieves. And now, while we don't condone any thievery, especially on the high seas, it is very fun to do it. So, you know, it's a good game. There's been a recent update patch with Pirates of the Caribbean like themes. I mean, like themes. It literally is exactly that. They threw Jack Sparrow into it. Yeah. It's just Pirates of the Caribbean. So we're just going to talk about our own time that we've had with Sea of Thieves, and as well as potentially hopes we have for this patch, as well as, you know, where the game may go in the future.
I have an awesome idea for the future, and I will share it later.
Wait. Tell that to Microsoft. Write a letter.
We know they're listening.
We know they are. They are one of our most adamant followers. We get letters all the time. Bill Gates, you were too thirsty. Calm down.
Yeah, please. Phil Spencer, you're a nice guy, but just calm down as well.
It's like, I mean, I get thank you for the flowers, but it's weird that you know my favorites.
Also, weird. Not a very well-known fact. It was our idea. We pitched it to Microsoft for them to buy Bethesda. That was our idea.
Oh, that was totally us. Yeah,
definitely wasn't me because I hate that. But you're just on repeat there now, Brian.
Yeah, because Karen is.
I'm currently trying to.
You haven't.
I need to go and share our podcast. You see, so continue.
Okay, right.
Okay, we're just going to talk.
We're going to continue our segment, which is what are you playing? And I think no one other than Kieran is drinking right now, which is like tea. So
I'm drinking that already. Tea. Yeah.
I don't know, but we're getting. It's been 15 episodes. We've aged tremendously.
We have grown up. We have grown.
Yeah. What a character arc Kieran's gone on from the start of this podcast, and now.
Yeah.
Not shutting up about his mead.
Yeah, I'd be drinking. I would literally have like 2 drinks, like just sipping cans, you know.
Yep.
And now I've grown and I've moved on to tea.
So we'll do what are you playing or / what are you watching. We'll start off with that. So we'll start off with yourself there, Brian.
Me.
Yes, you.
What am I watching? Watching very little apart from obviously Loki, which we had an episode about last week. Still good. And I'm watching. I've made it. I've made it. Somehow made it further into BoJack Horseman, and oh boy, that show does not get any happier. I've noticed a distinct dip in my mental health from watching that show.
You didn't finish it. You didn't finish last season, did you?
No, I have not finished. I stopped at season 4, so there's 4, 5, and 6 I have not seen.
Yeah, that's the last season. What season are you on now?
I'm on 4.
Ooh. You're in for a treat.
Yeah, I know. That's what everyone. I've had people just tell me just stop watching.
No. Like BoJack is a good TV show, but it just gets darker and darker. It's very bad.
I have to finish it. That's all I'm really watching. I'm kind of just dipping in and out, and then I'm watching tons of D&D stuff as well. Shout out to Dimension 20. They did like 2 years ago.
Are you finally started watching Dimension 20?
I have, yeah. I'm
what
almost.
Have you started?
I started Fantasy High, and I'm nearly finished Fantasy High.
I fucking love Fantasy High. Oh my god, it's amazing.
I know nobody. I know one other person. Shout out to Dylan, my DM from my other one of my campaigns, but he turned me on to Dimension 20 and Fantasy High.
Oh well, screw you! I've been mentioning it for ages, but
I don't remember. Well, okay.
Certain nobody named Dylan. What DM stands for in this scenario? dumb motherfucker.
Dick
I'm
muncher.
calling you out, Dylan.
Love you, Dylan. You're good.
My job to suggest things to Brian. I don't appreciate you stepping on my job.
I don't ever remember you mentioning
Fantasy High. No, keep hurting me emotionally, Brian.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Kyle.
You don't even remember it happening. It's not even a thought that you'll let yourself have. It's like, you're so insignificant. I just go to my happy place.
That's not true. Fantasy High. I've watched all of campaign 2 of Critical Role and Critical Role.
Jesus,
fantastic. Yeah. I started it last year during the first lockdown. I was like, I want to watch this.
You managed to get through all those episodes.
Finished every single episode from 1 to 1. Now it took a year and a half, but
Yeah. That's you had
lockdown,
a year off.
Nothing to do.
You did have a full year off, so it makes sense.
So
unpopular opinion, but I prefer Brendan Lee Mulligan over Matt Mercer.
You know what? I'd only ever experienced Matt Mercer as a DM. And I know recently, only in the last week or 2 weeks, I've started watching Fantasy High, and Brendan Lee Mulligan is
amazing.
There's I like parts of him, and then like parts of Matt. I'm like, they're both excellent, but Brendan Lee Mulligan, he's how to say, his ability to not so much pay attention to the rules and just do it for fun instead. Is much like his one of the characters has spiritual guardians in this one, but it's a group. It's the character who's going through a lot in terms of
religious crisis
she's having, and instead of the religious icon, the spirit guardians being religious icons, they turn into philosophers. And that's just the best thing ever.
Absolutely no context of any of this.
I think
we're gonna start D&D soon. So
I think Matt Mercer. I'd like to sit on Matt Mercer's table and play a D&D campaign with Matt Mercer.
Yes.
But in terms of just sheer entertainment value, Brendan beats it. He's just I'm hysterically laughing when I watch him.
I've laughed so much watching this.
Matt Mercer, I'm there and I'm going, this is amazing. What a twist, amazing character and all this kind of stuff.
Story
and there's a bit of a laugh there as well. It's really interesting, but I'm dying laughing.
Yeah.
At
me and myself and a few people have had a discussion of Critical Role is like, let's watch this amazing story unfold.
Yeah.
And then Dimension 20 is let's just have fun. And here's
how
absurd D&D can become. Yeah. But anyway, without getting onto an entire, because I could talk about this because I didn't know that I need to talk to you about Fantasy High now. What am I playing? I'm game hopping, which is something I don't do, but I am lately because just I don't know. I'm just nothing's grabbing me. It's just I'm like, I've got too much to play, so I'm playing Outer Wilds, Mass Effect trilogy, Persona 5 Royal, and I started a game I've never played before, and I've never played any of the series before. I started the 2016 remake of Ratchet and Clank. And it's so much fun.
Good. It is really
so
much
fun.
I love
Captain Quark.
Captain Quark.
I love his narration.
He's the one narrating it.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Because he's in prison. I'm like, is that a spoiler? Should I know that he's in prison? I don't know.
This Lombat has absolutely no regards for personal property.
He starts breaking the crates. It's fantastic. But yeah, so all those games are all great. I'm game jobbing. Finally got Persona 5 Royal. Only started the start of it. Super excited to see what changes are in. There's an entire new semester. I can't wait to see what
so good.
Yeah.
I think I've already told you the one thing I was disappointed with, and everything else. I think I did. But in the off chance you forget, because we've now established that you don't listen to me.
Is this going to be a spoiler? Because
I'm not going to remind you what it is, just in case, because I feel like it's not a spoiler, but it's just one of those things where probably. But I just don't want to remind you, just because now that you're actually finally playing it, it's for you to decide how.
Because one of the good things about this now is that I can't really remember the original game too much. I remember the basic structure of it, but I can't remember the in between bits. So
it's one of those things where, because since played Royal, I'm like, I cannot even look at Persona 5 for at least another year, if not 2 years.
I haven't played it since
so that I can forget it enough that when I play it again, it's at least somewhat like, oh yeah, because otherwise you'll play it to death.
Yeah. But I will forgo me talking more. That's Kieran.
Okay, Kieran, what have you been playing or watching? Keep it within 30 seconds, man. Okay, Brian.
Oh yeah. Brian just ate up all my time.
If you can move, Kieran, move along. Come on.
Watching. I've already been watching. I did watch.
Oh, he's dragging already.
Part 1 of Fear Street film trilogy. Yeah, fuck you. Kyle, you're down to 10 seconds, okay? 10 seconds. Right.
Hey, I'm hosting this episode.
Anyway, back to it. I watched part 1 of Fear Street's R.L. Stein's film series that they put on Netflix. Very good. It's super R.L. Stein, very it borrows from a lot of like classic horror films. Like it's very good. Just tune into it. I won't go too much into it other than it's just very good. And one of the reviews I saw for it was just them saying it has no right to be so good. And I'm like, I kind of agree. Yeah, it's very good. It's a good homage to old school horror.
And there's the second one. I like the way they seem to have done this, where it's like they made all 3 and they're releasing within like a week of each.
Yeah, they're releasing every week. Like, so the third part is coming out. I think if it's not already out, I think it's out next week, or maybe this week or during the week anyway. I haven't watched the second part, but I'm gonna go watch that anyway. Really good. Playing. I haven't really been playing much. I did start Demon Souls.
Demon Soul.
I hate that title.
Demon's Souls. Yeah, it's Demon's Souls.
S's.
Yeah, it's like just say Demon Souls.
Souls.
This is not the From. Is this the From Software game?
No, so this is the Blue Point remake, the one on the PS5.
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry.
It is like it. I never really particularly liked Dark Souls game. I've played a couple of them. I just never really took to them. I absolutely love Bloodborne. Never cleared it because it's too hard. I'm a little bitch. But I still love it. It's one of my favorite games to play just because of the setting and all the monsters and the character creations. It's brilliant. But I put on Demon's Souls the other day because I got it free when I got my PS5. Well, I didn't get it free. I got it as part of the bundle. Stuck it on and decided to give it a shot. See how it was. And I was expecting to be dying left, right, and center the way you normally would. It's not that hard. It's actually really not for like a Souls game. Pretty easy.
I heard that Demon's Souls is the easy. A little bit easier because it was the introductory to the series. Like, so I assume they started off easier than what, and they went. You know what? People seem to love the fact that this is actually really hard. Let's make this.
Do you know what the funny thing the funny thing is? From Software created Demon's Souls and released it to Japan, and they kind of got feedback that the game wasn't doing well. It was like a very mixed review because it was too hard, and people were like, this is too hard for us. And the only reason why it kind of projected forward is because it took off so well in Western civilization. So like the likes of Europe and America, everyone loved it, and they just kind of carried it on from there. So it's kind of interesting,
well, the thing is, Demon's Souls wasn't around in this sort of like I'd say or maybe it was just around the point, but Dark Souls is what really sold it. Was it basically had like a sort of online fandom for like it was just one of those things where you like, it's almost like letting everyone know your Flappy Bird score. It's like people just, you know what I mean by saying like, if you've beaten this spot, it's really hard. It's got this sort of like, it's got this sort of like ear about it that you just want to tell people that you beat this boss in this difficulty.
Hey Kyle, I'm on New Game plus. Haha.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Apparently it's a thing. Apparently it's a thing. It's very good. I'm actually enjoying it so far. I'll probably jump back in and out of it, but at the moment I am massively balls deep into, and Brian loves me for this. I am back on the Destiny.
I heard you were balls deep into, and then I heard Brian. I was like,
that was a
you muddled up your sentence there a bit too much.
No, it was like comma.
There was no comma there.
I was balls deep. Yeah, so I was balls
You were
deep in
balls deep in
Brian.
Brian there.
Yeah, and he
Wow.
loved it. Loved it.
That's live on the internet now for everyone to hear.
Oh, the
This is the kind of
drawbacks
quality
of
content.
yeah,
that people tune
the
in
drawbacks
for.
of not being able to edit. Anyway,
This is what you pay for.
We'll
Anyway,
somehow edit this.
outside of Brian squealing like a pig, I've been playing
Jesus.
Destiny.
Really leaning into that, aren't you?
Yeah, wow. God.
Right, back onto
Jesus.
topic.
Right.
I've been playing Destiny. I'm back on Destiny. I haven't played it since Forsaken came out. I kind of cleared that. I didn't even actually no, I did clear it, but I never did like the after game content for Forsaken. And I just like jumped back on, bought Season of the Spicer. And I've just been like tearing through it. I love it. It's I always loved Destiny. It was just I hated the grind to it. I just always seemed to jump on for the Heroes of Solstice or like the special editions, like the Halloween events.
Yeah.
I always took to them.
You did actually.
Yeah. So I'm back on. Funny enough, I didn't even realize it, but the Solstice started Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? It was Tuesday.
Well, yep. Tuesday.
Which is funny because I jumped on it like a week beforehand, and it came out of I was kind of just remembered, oh, the Solstice is next week when I saw this little news thing for it. So I'm back on it for a bit. I probably played for a good bit now until I jump off again maybe, and hopefully Crossplay will come in soon and Kyle will be back on it too. But that's basically it.
With stream, you noobs.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Just getting shot.
Yeah.
But Kyle, what have you been watching, playing?
Haven't been able to play a whole lot.
And that's it. Let's go move on to topic then.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Kieran, I don't want to look forward to the time you're hosting next. God, this is gonna-
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna be good. I have been playing very little because of just general lack of time.
Big boy
Doing
management.
D&D prep. Oh yes, fucking hell! I still have shit I need to do actually for tomorrow.
Don't think about that. Don't think about that.
Yeah.
Who the hell's working tomorrow? I haven't put it out yet.
So you're doing a lot of D&D prep stuff, which has been a lot of fun, a lot of map making, which has been very fun, and just ways to torment the lads here, which is going to be great.
Yeah, because we're starting a D&D campaign.
We are, and it's going to be fun.
I have no idea what I'm getting myself in for. The last time I played anything was Pathfinder, and that was like
A while ago.
yeah,
A long time ago.
Well, other than that, I've been trying to play a bit of Mass Effect because, and you know, I'm having to force myself through it because it's just so fucking boring.
Just saying, you were the one who bought a game for like
Jesus.
60 quid.
just to say
I
it's
did
over.
Dunk on it.
Yeah.
Just I mean, who's the real loser here, huh?
I didn't
Yeah.
pay 50 quid. I just had Game Pass thing for EA, so I was like,
Mhm.
EA Play.
EA
mm,
Play.
comes free with
forgetting that's a thing.
Xbox Live on the PC,
Nice. I
Yes.
keep forgetting that's a thing.
which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I've I started it and well, there's like mechanics to it that I'm like, okay, this okay. I like that there's different classes. That's good. It's not just shoot 'em up. It's been so long since I tried playing this game originally, so a lot of it was basically brand new to me.
Did you
But I
ever
think
get
I-
past 2 or 1? Did you ever get past 1?
No, never.
Oh,
got
2 is
that.
the
wow,
best
okay.
one. 2 is
Oh,
like where it
right.
starts to shine.
Only
like.
have to, I only have to go through an entire game before. It
Yeah,
gets
just
good.
get through
that's
1
like
as quick as you can. So like,
Yeah,
through
wow,
it.
that's
So-
what a. I
only
can
about
see
20
why this
hours.
series is so beloved because of 20 hours of wasted time first before it gets any good.
No, it's just
That's
the,
what
that's
makes
the,
it-
that's
still
the,
makes
that's
the
the
series
build up, you know.
great.
That's the build up to greatness.
There's a few things in it that make me go, okay, there's some promise there because some of the characters are somewhat interesting. At least some of them are just the 2 people you start off with. I just call them cannon fodder 1 and 2 because I couldn't give a shite
Oh,
about either.
they are quite literally the worst characters in the game.
I don't
In all
like-
3.
Wow, I'm
Hey,
very disappointed.
Caden's not too bad. He at least
No,
enjoys steak
suck.
and whiskey. So
No, they're boring. Generic person 1, generic person number 2.
That is all they are.
At least the person with the cool freaking headgear going on is
Tally?
I like her.
Tally?
Tally's cool.
Yeah,
I like
Tally's
Tally.
awesome.
Tally's
Ah,
great.
Tally's the best.
Oh my
I like,
god.
I like
have you
Tally.
got Rex
Tally's
yet?
pretty cool. I immediately didn't want Rex.
But Rex is your boy.
Nah,
Oh
wasn't
my
feeling
God.
it. Wasn't feeling it.
Okay,
I preferred Gareth. Was his name Gareth?
Oh, Gareth.
Gareth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah, I
everyone
preferred
prefers
him.
Gareth. He's amazing.
I prefer Gareth, and I got your one then. So I could only
Tally.
pick 2 people. So I had Tally and Gareth.
Oh,
so,
Tally and Gareth. Are
Very
the
good
obvious
team,
choice.
very
so
good
team. There was no room for Rex. So like.
That's true. That's true. Fair
Um,
enough. Yeah,
but
you know,
Story
I
of
can't
his
argue with
life.
that.
I'm gonna keep on trying to play the game. I like the snipers. Having fun with that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Ha-
good fun.
I have to remind myself it is a 2007's game for some
Yes.
of the combat-y stuff because
Yes, it is.
Yep.
there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of fucking talking. And
It's an RPG.
It's an RPG.
it is. No, but there's a lot of talking, and then there's like you're kind of almost stuck where there's no combat going to happen for like almost an hour.
Yeah,
At
the
least in The
pacing of
Witcher-
some things a bit.
At least if in The Witcher or other RPGs, if I'm bored of talking to
Yeah.
the guy, I walk 10 meters to the left and I can
And it's
kill
a fight.
something.
Yeah, the pacing in terms of that is a bit off. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you
So
that.
that's what I've been playing. That's what I'm doing. I started rewatching The Tudors because I like having something to watch when I'm doing other things.
Mhm.
You ever never seen it? It's a
I was-
very very good series
was-
about
I was-
the Tudor dynasty, which obviously as Irish people we all grow to hate.
Yeah.
But I find it hilarious that we have an Irish guy, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, playing
Yeah.
King Henry VIII. Which
Who
always
rules
makes
now?
me laugh.
Who rules who now?
But they have really good actors in it. They have really good guest stars in it as well. And Jonathan Rhys-Meyers as Henry VIII is phenomenal. I think he's brilliant. And he makes you at times almost root for him, which I had to almost look to myself and go, "Wait, Jesus, this guy's insane." It's like, but it hasn't happened.
Your ancestors are inside.
Yeah, because he's inside. What's great is it brings it back to kind of the start. He was still married to Catherine of Aragon first, so none of that stuff with Anne Boleyn even happened yet when it begins. So you really get to see his sort of descent into madness and tyranny, which is very good. So
Nice.
definitely worth watching.
It's a very good show.
Yeah, it's good,
It's
yeah.
got,
Very good.
I never
Marjorie
finished it,
Tyrell,
but
isn't it?
yeah.
Henry
did,
Cavill's in it.
Henry
Yeah,
Cavill's
he
in
is,
this
yeah.
movie,
Yeah. Like I just remember seeing him again. I was like, "Shit, man, you did well after this."
He did. Shall we move on to our actual topic instead of
So,
20
yeah.
minutes of random stuff?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are talking about Sea of Thieves. So
Yeah.
how are we going to start this off?
How are we going to start this off?
Okay.
This is more of a
so-
general chat instead
Yeah.
of
It is really, yeah.
I'm
this is more
I'm gonna
general.
straight off. I am
of
gonna
course he is.
straight off
Look at him
start
there.
with.
Jesus, off he goes. Oh, Christ.
Here we
Yeah,
go. It's the
because-
Kieran show now.
It is. Yeah, it's Kieran's show. You will shut up and listen. So I'm gonna straight off start with Rare as a company
Yeah.
because
Give
I'm
us some
sure.
backstory.
Oh no, I'm not going to give any backstory, but I'm just going to like for a company that made such games and such amazing games as GoldenEye and on the N64, you have Battletoads. There is also Perfect Dark.
Gag Zero. Or
Some of the
Gag.
greatest games either on Nintendo to further like kind of go down the road and be more affiliated with the likes of Xbox. Because they were taken on to make such crap games as some of the Kinect games and some sports games, to then come out with Sea of Thieves, like years on. Like I'm sure they brought out some games in between that were all right, but like
really.
Rare were like on their knees of like from being one of the better Nintendo studios to being a crappy.
One of the laughable one from, for Microsoft.
Yeah, and now and I think Rare are a British studio as well. They were a small British studio, but to bring out like Sea of Thieves, and I know and it's probably absolutely is going to be one of the topics, and it's kind of one of the main topics that we're talking about is like the build up from being what they brought out. I don't know if any of you guys played the beta. I didn't. I know you Brian, you played the beta. You're probably the only one who
played
played
it. Yeah.
And I remember you coming into work and you were like talking about Sea of Thieves, and I was like, "Oh, what is this game?" And you were like, "You were a pirate, and you're on this ship, and you all like have your roles, and you know you could do your stuff." And then you were like laughing about the fact that nobody docked the ship, so it just sailed off when you guys were on an island.
Yep. Yeah. No one dropped the anchor back. Back when this game was in beta, when I literally met. And was an English guy and 2 French people. And we played. Can't remember who they were.
No.
Whatever. Yeah, the four of us played that game. We had proximity chat, and it was good fun. But yeah, we in the the beta, which was what 2017, I think it would have been around there. Yeah, we
what was in the beta?
It was just a few. It was just a free roam. You sail around, you go to islands, pick up treasure, dig it up, fight a few skeletons, bring it back to your outpost, sell it for gold, rinse and repeat.
So that was and that is essentially the launch what launched the Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. But no, I very distinctly remember no one dropped the anchor when we got off the island. But we got back from like digging through caves, came back, and our ship was just a tiny speck on the horizon. I'm like, oh. So that's what this game's about then. Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, yeah, that was a good fun, and we named the ship the Salty Swallow.
Classy.
Yeah.
Classy.
It was a classy. It was a classy name. Yeah. It was a classy name.
Is this what inspired then the name of the guild we had in Destiny?
The hot salty cabals.
Oh, the hot salty cabals. Yeah.
Still going strong, like 5 years later.
I love that the clan tag is ouch.
ouch,
my cabals.
Yeah. Me and James and Dan came over with that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But
you had a few others before you settled on that because all the other girls ridden ones were all
they're like, you're not. Yeah, that's how it was. We were like, we wanted a pun on balls, essentially. We're like, cabal. Okay, cool. Balls. But Sea of Thieves was. I remember playing the beta, but I did get a hint during the beta. I was like, is this all it is? Like, there's no story or anything. It's just you go out, you get gold. You adventure on an island, get gold, bring it back, sell it, rinse and repeat, and then that was it. So I had to
get money.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so I had a bit of I was like, okay, I don't know if I would buy this game because if that's all, because there's nothing in the beta anyway. There's not really anything to buy. There was a few cosmetics, but obviously that wasn't fully fleshed out yet. So I remember getting a hint of if this is the gameplay loop, I can see this getting very tedious and very boring. So, and then it came out, and that is unfortunately what many people said, if not most people said, if that was it. There was no like questing to do, and then it was just rinse and repeat, island, and then obviously when you're level 1s and you're going in there, cool, here comes people in bigger ships than you. To just absolutely destroy you.
Especially like when you were playing against like PC players, they would just annihilate you. And this was before, like, because griefing was a massive situation in Sea of Thieves at the start. This is like before.
Surely you're pirates. It's encouraged.
That's what I actually said during.
It's one of those
point
things.
Of the game.
I know. Look, it's one of these things where people are like, "Yeah, Sea of Thieves. You're supposed to be pirates. You're supposed to be griefing," and I'm like, yes, but there's still some elements in the game where you can make it. So, example, they brought in later on that if you kept getting, there was an issue people were having where they would be spawn killed. So the people would just stay on your, no, they would end up like leaving the server, but you would end up having to spawn on the ship. People would kill you, spawn on the ship, people would kill you, spawn on the ship, people would kill you. So you were just in a never-ending cycle. And they eventually brought in that if people were griefing you, you could sink your ship. So you would be on the ferry of the dam, then you would select to sink your ship, and then it would be spawned off somewhere else. And again, that was when your ship sunk, you would kind of spawn off like halfway across the map as well, kind of thing, to kind of discourage that. There was like they did bring in some like stuff later on that made it a little fairer in terms of the game. Like they would encourage you to pick like nowadays, and I'm not quite sure when they brought this in because I kind of jumped off Sea of Thieves for a bit and jump back on, but they brought in like where you could essentially join up for each class, so like the mercenary, the gold, or the souls, and it would encourage you to do those missions rather than going around just griefing people. And then there was actually a reapers. The reapers were kind of encouraged to be the griefers, kind of thing.
Yeah, because when it came out, there was no NPCs, there was no AI controlled ships or anything like that, and Yeah, I know what you mean by they brought in like a guilds kind of system where you could then go get missions to go do things that
yeah.
would discourage people from because people griefed so much because that was all there was
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, that's
So
that, and that was I think the main problem.
yeah, and like all this happened over a course of years. It wasn't
Yeah.
like immediate, unfortunately.
I do have to say though, I absolutely loved that because the people who played Sea of Thieves loved Sea of Thieves so much, they created their own little kind of community that like little things in game, like one that comes to mind was that if you raised your cannons up in the air, that meant you were friendly and you weren't going to attack, so most people would just sail by you. So there was like little nuances brought in the community that like if you did certain things would mean something to another person within that community. So they just have their own ways of communicating by little things, and I thought that was
It was a
brilliant.
pirate code invented
It was like
by the community.
it was a pirate code invented by modern day lads pretending to be pirates.
You're a pirate from like Kerry.
He was. He was. Hey, there was a lot of
Meant
Irish.
to be a pirate.
There
but
was
he
a lot
fell
of
off the
Irish
ship
pirates.
anyway.
There was a lot of
Well,
Irish
isn't it?
pirates actually.
Oh shit, there
Yeah,
were.
Yeah,
One of the most
Anne
famous
Bonny.
was Grace O'Malley.
Grace O'Malley, that was her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong, yeah.
Yeah, I see. Thieves was actually the first game I got on my Xbox. I like bought the Xbox One S, and Sea of Thieves came free with it.
Oh yeah, I remember you actually when you got that. You were
Yeah.
saying, yeah.
And I
Yeah,
I
really
was
I
annoyed
did
that
really
it
like
was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
'Cause I actually
Yeah.
really liked it. I actually
Yeah.
really liked the look of it. It was a very
Yeah.
it was one of those things where it's just like it's a game that I've kind of wanted to exist for a while. Just being able to have your own ship. Here's the open sea, islands to plunder and people to kill. It's like sounds awesome. I don't think it doesn't need all that much more else. It seems it has its niche, which
Yeah.
is just it's fun because you just get to go out and you really can just do whatever the hell you feel like. You want to upgrade your ship, make it look cooler and everything like that. Cool beans, man. Go and plunder some islands and make some money, and you'll be able to do that. Go. You want to make money faster, more risk. Start attacking other people's ships after they've done the hard work for you, like a real pirate would.
Like a real pirate.
Yeah.
And like it's just that it's a game that has a real sense of freedom to it when you're playing it. That you're not.
So.
It's so unlinear in that sense. It's just huge open world. Do what you like, and you get rewarded for it in whatever way you kind of want. You're either just cosmetically or just the pleasure of ruining someone else's day. Which has happened to me on a multitude of occasions. One of the things that I love about it, but also kind of hate. Well, I hated it when it happened against me, but loved it when I had
when you did
got my revenge. Was realizing I genuinely thought that the few places that you go and sell your stuff to were like safe havens. You could. I remember like this person was hot on pursuit for me for some reason. Now I was obviously by myself, so I had the slightly faster ship, which is the smaller one than the sloop. Then this person was like a 4-man ship. This guy was on, but he was persistently following me for like 10 minutes, to the point where I saw my map that I was just open seas for ages. I went on YouTube while I was still sailing. I had nothing else to do. I just like, I didn't. At this point, I was very new, so I didn't even realize as well the whole like angling your sails with the wind thing. I just went. So I eventually got to the port, and I thought to myself, "Oh yes, I made it." They got close a few times, and all this kind of few cannons were shot, but I managed to make it. And I got off, and I just looked, and then just saw them absolutely shred my ship to pieces with cannon fire. And I was like, "Oh, there is no safe place."
No,
that's
no safe place in Sea of Thieves.
That is my one gripe with the game. If I say like I don't like that there isn't a safe zone.
Yeah, I think that the outposts should be made as safe zones where you can't receive damage.
Yeah, I thought maybe.
I think either there needs to be. I don't think there should be safe zones, because I feel like that would almost ruin the sort of element of the game where if you're in pursuit of someone, you really have to actually lose them.
Yeah,
you can't just every time you encounter something hostile just run back to your closest safe space. And like, I just don't think that's a good idea. But I think what could be interesting is in the bases, if you're on the land and you're the one who's opening fire at someone else, then possibly the NPCs that are there might turn against the aggressor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking myself. Yeah, like almost like a town guard.
Yeah,
yeah.
Not really have town guards, but
whoever is just firing the first shot, you're the one who they now are going to get mad. You may not be able to save your ship because they can still fire that from afar. Yeah. But at the very least, you might be able to get your shit off your ship onto the shore. It's
kind of like how Fallout 76 finished. How they stopped griefing.
So they didn't stop griefing. They stopped PvP.
They stopped PvP, but it was one of those things.
It's a PvP game. It's a PvP game.
It was never a PvP
game. PvP.
It was never a PvP game. They had
always going to be big on the PvP. Always.
Yeah,
and they literally stopped.
Yeah,
PvP
because you always have. Now, if you look at Fallout is not a PvP style game. It's like a story driven game. You would jump on to make a story. And they were
almost
giving
like it
Fallout.
shouldn't have been an online multiplayer game in the first place.
But 76 was that. It was an MMO.
Yeah, I know. But
PvP was to be a huge element to it.
Yeah, but what they've essentially changed it to is that you have to reciprocate and kind of accept. You remember in Borderlands, if you hit someone, they had to hit back to accept the duel challenge. That's essentially what it is. In Fallout 76, if you shoot someone, they don't cause damage until you, or they cause very little damage.
0.5% or something.
Until you shoot
like
back. It's still a bit of a broken system, but
have you seen what people have done because of that? Like, this is what I mean by they
just start destroying their bases.
No, this is what I mean by because if you hit the base, that's initiating PvP again. But like what they've done instead, which is what I mean by they've killed PvP entirely, was not only was it that you have to shoot back to initiate combat. So first and foremost, any kind of long range weaponry, like if you want to be a sniper, means nothing. Because they have to shoot you first. So your sniper class is pointless. In PvP, completely pointless. But what people have done instead is if you accidentally shoot someone, God forbid you do that, because if you do shoot someone and try to initiate combat, what the other person does is go towards you and shoot themselves up with as much stem, pills, all this kind of stuff, put on their suit, everything, and then just hit you with one shot with 20 drugs coursing through your veins, and you were
destroy
dead. And you're dead.
Yeah, that is
because you can't fire back until he makes that first hit, and that first hit's going to kill you immediately. So they just killed PvP.
That is one of the biggest issues. I
segueing.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's just like one of those little things that could have been brought into Sea of Thieves to kind of like qualm, I suppose.
I would not like.
I think Sea of Thieves as a whole right now is much better. Like back in the day when I first played it, it was almost unplayable because you'd be too infuriated. But I think nowadays it's much better because a lot of people who remained on Sea of Thieves really enjoyed the game for the game. They don't go on to grief. While at the start, people were just too much to do. It was assholes of the internet just going on just to be an asshole. And like nowadays, because you have like the tall tales, you have a lot of the story missions. People go on to play that. Like I remember the Megalodon, when the Megalodon mission was brought in. It was one of the first story missions kind of to do. It was like one small little mission, but you went off and you solved all these mysteries and riddles, and then you found a place to go back and fight the Megalodon. You essentially found a location for the Megalodon. And I remember me and Reggie were playing it. We jumped on, we were gone to the first place to find the riddles, and these British lads were playing as well. They were at it, and they kind of like opened up the party chat, and they were like talking to us, and they were like, hey, do you guys want to join us and help us do the riddle? Because we're solving this one, we'll be going to the next one, you want to join on? And we were like, yeah, no problem. So we just jumped on party chat, and we were just like talking away, and we solved the riddles to the end. Then we got towards the end of the Megalodon, and there was like 2 other ships had gotten there as well. So it was us, the British team, then there was a French lads on the galleon and a couple of other English lads on the galleon. All of us just fighting this Megalodon, all as a team, just like tearing apart this Megalodon. Like ships were getting destroyed. Our ship got sunk, so I went over into the galleon. Reggie died, so we had to sail our sloop right back to the location, and we all just met up and killed the Megalodon. He died, and we all got onto one of the galleons. We were like cheering and taking photos and stuff like that. It was brilliant. It was like one of the turn points of Sea of Thieves where people were able to enjoy playing with each other and really reaping the benefits. Funny thing is, when we turned in the mission, the French guys turned on us on party
I was waiting
chat.
for that.
Yeah, the French turned on
Every one
us.
of them.
Yeah, the French galleon turned on us for no apparent reason, and we just tore them asunder with like 3 ships against one, and we just wrecked them, absolutely destroyed them, and then divided their plunder. And yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot lately with my friend Adam. Shout out to Brothers Take podcast, a podcast done by some of my friends. You should all go check them out.
Absolutely, they do some very, very interesting takes on some of their.
Chris, Adam, and Eric do an amazing job over there at A Brothers Take.
I did
also listen to us. We're also good.
Yeah, we're also good. I did actually love. I loved watching Chris's playthrough of Resident Evil.
His Resident Evil 8 playthrough is fantastic.
So good.
But I've been playing a lot with Adam lately, and we've come across no griefing at all.
Yeah. There's very little.
There was one group of people who decided to load our ship with hundreds of kegs of things, and then they just sailed away. No idea what was going on there, but we were just like, "Yep, thank you, I guess." And they shot at him and they killed Adam, and he respawned. And then they were like, "Oh, we're sorry," and then they just went off with their business. It was fine. But there's one thing that, like what you guys were saying there about Fallout 76 and everything. There's one thing I really like about Sea of Thieves. Sorry, there's nothing I like about Fallout 76. Is that at least Bethesda. When you bad Bethesda, at least when you're on land and it comes to hand or sword combat, there's nothing in the game that you can get that can give you an advantage against any other player. It is basically everything you can buy in the game is cosmetic. You can make your ship look nicer, your pirate look nicer, your sword look nicer, your guns look nicer, but there's nothing that's more powerful or less powerful than what another person can have. And I absolutely love that part, because it does give you an even playing field against other players. Now again, if you're on a 2-man ship like myself and Adam are on, if we come up against a galleon that's a 4-man ship, obviously we're at a distinct disadvantage there in terms of size and power.
I have taken down galleons myself. Steven, now I'm gonna give Steven is a beast on Sea of Thieves. He is so good. I have never seen a person wreck so many ships in my life. Like we were playing one night and there was a galleon that was fighting us. And the funny thing is, it was part of the story missions. They kind of brought in bosses for the islands. And me and Steven sailed to the island, to the boss island. We were fighting them, and we were there for like a half hour just destroying this boss. And this galleon pulled up, jumped on the island and started helping us. And we were at it, even with the other 4-man team, 6 of us fighting the boss. It took us a further half hour. So it took an hour altogether to kill this boss. And as soon as we killed him, we were like picking up all the stuff. And one of the lads on the team picked up the boss's weapon, the flamethrower, and killed me, killed Steven, set our ship on fire. And me and Steven were like, "You bastards." We had an alliance, and they took down the alliance, took all the stuff and decided to sail away. Me and Steven spawned on our ship, had to chuck out all the water, put out all the water, repair the ship, and we sailed after them, and we destroyed them. They were in a galleon, 4 men against 2 of us in a sloop. We annihilated them. Steven was just like, "Oh, if you get like close enough and go across," and he was like, "I'll jump out with the keg," got on the ship, blew it up, and I just laid into him with the cannons, and we wrecked them in the space of like 2 minutes. And we're like, that was their fault. They started on us. We were perfectly happy joining as an alliance and cashing in all this stuff and sharing in the wealth.
I'm just picturing you guys. As Nick Frost from Hot Fuzz. Shame. Yeah. Loading a shotgun. Shame. They shouldn't have done that.
It was essentially that. It was literally just shame.
Yeah, shame. They shouldn't have done it. But another thing I really like, again, because I'm playing a lot lately now, but and we played also, by the way, the 3 of us played, and we all kind of took roles as characters. Yeah, we did. Kieran was a coward.
Captain.
I was the second main. Everyone was captain.
Everyone
was captain. And if you'd like, you can go back to our Twitch page, actually, and look at those past streams. You can look at them. They're very fun.
I think I was second lieutenant bitch or something like that.
Oh, no, you didn't get that kind of a rank as a bitch. It was...
No.
Bitch Boy Private.
Bitch Boy Private, that was it. Yeah.
Bitch
Bitch
Boy Private.
But,
Would you like to, Brian? Would you like to recount the tale of why Kieran was done with such
a glorious
God.
title.
Okay, yeah. So
Bitch Boy
this
Private.
podcast is turning into let's tell stories about our time
Let's
on
tell
Sea of Thieves. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So at one point I can't remember what we were doing. We were probably after
we were going towards somewhere.
An
for whatever
outpost.
reason.
There was somewhere we were going, and it was just the three of us. Slight side note: thing I love about this game is that how surprisingly technical the game is. Like you have to control those sails, you have to angle them, you have to.
Very good.
You know,
you really have to work as a team.
You really have to work as a team, yeah. So like when
shame you never did that, Kieran.
Never did. Yeah. It's like whoever's sailing or steering can't really see ahead, so you have to have someone down at the map with a compass telling them which way to go, port, starboard. But anyway, I got slightly distracted there. But we were going towards somewhere, and all of a sudden, kind of, the music starts. Oh no. Because the game has a great way of.
No.
Do you want? Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't sing that. I hate that. But it's the game has an amazing ability to be just calm and peaceful and tranquil, and you're just sailing to incredibly intense, just like that. So the music started. So we got attacked by a kraken. And if anyone's ever seen the kraken in Sea of Thieves, it's multiple tentacles all around you. It's pretty much Pirates of the Caribbean, to be honest.
Yeah.
Multiple tentacles, and then so me and Kyle, we obviously stopped the boat. We got out. We start firing cannons. We're shooting our blunder.
We didn't stop the boat. The boat was stopped by the kraken. The
kraken grabbed the boat. Yeah. So we're there, we're firing, we're yelling at each other, we're in panic mode, and then
fire everything.
Fire! Yeah, it's like, where's Kieran?
Kieran was gone,
swimming about
a
kilometer away, just swimming.
I had all freaking before you guys know. I jumped onto an island we were saying by.
Here comes the coward excuse.
No, I jumped onto an island to get supplies, and you guys.
But
sailed into a kraken.
Funny enough.
Oh, was that how it went?
Yeah. He didn't tell us he was going onto an island to get supplies.
No.
In our mind, we're
Kieran
sailing straight ahead. We were full steam ahead. Kieran was still on the boat. What was your plan, Kieran? Was your plan to be like, stop the boat and come back?
Yeah, I was going to get a mermaid.
You can't get the mermaid if you're carrying chests.
No, I was going for food and cannonballs.
Sure.
If I recall correctly, we had plenty. So
convenient.
Funny thing is,
before that, anyway, you know what? I have to say that both myself and Brian held our own for quite a long time. We put up a good fight. We managed to take down a lot of tentacles.
Yeah.
Even when we were like being plucked from the deck and in the tentacles' grasp, we were still shouting orders at each other. Just keep firing.
We
firing while we were on the tentacle and still shooting. Jesus.
We were never gonna win, but we just made that kraken know that he can bleed.
We went down with the ship.
We went down with that ship.
I think Brian went. I think you died first.
Oh, I did. I was going.
And it was just myself. Then I was like, I will never give up. I was out on the deck and these krakens are frigging through. I was like, no.
I will say, I will say, I actually did tell you guys I was leaving the ship.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
None of us remember that.
The problem with that is I was on mute.
You were.
Oh yeah, see, there you go.
I kind of came back off mute. I was like,
convenient.
I was on mute. I'm sorry.
Oh, how convenient.
Convenient.
So, it's just such a fun game to play. It's just you could just turn off your brain and just sail the open seas and just. By the way, can we just mention it's probably the nicest looking water I've ever seen in a game.
Oh yeah,
it's probably one of the nicest.
Stylized graphics.
Yeah,
all the way.
It's
really
nice.
The funny, it's like super stylized, and it doesn't look like. And that game is like I think 15 gigs, 20 gigs maybe.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's not
tiny.
That big.
It doesn't take a lot for that game to run.
To be fair, when you go into the water, it is literally just empty water.
It is
it is massive, but like what's in it is obviously you have the islands and stuff like that, which obviously take probably 15 gigs. Is probably based on the island.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because 95% of it is blank water.
Yeah,
This is black.
That's it.
But
I can
it is
imagine they
still
were
one of
making
the
the
most
game.
gorgeous games I've ever seen.
It's the sunrises and the sunsets,
Yeah.
the aurora borealis you got above you.
I'm always taking photos of that.
Rain coming down, your
rain,
lantern in front of you.
Oh,
and
the
everything.
storms are so good.
going into a storm, and your compass stops working, and you're like, I remember
Yeah.
I was playing it there last week with Adam, and we were like, we need to go north, and we're in a storm. I was like, I have no idea where north is. Just go.
I think.
But,
I'm only one who kind of wants to play Sea of Thieves now.
Yeah, I
I
actually
kind of want to play
I
Sea of
really
Thieves
kinda
right
wanna-
now, actually. Yeah, I
Wait,
won't lie.
we must play like a little bit after this.
Yeah, we might actually stream a little bit after
yeah.
this.
I
I know,
little
me
bit.
and Kieran had their plans.
Yeah, I do need to play.
You can
Destiny
play
and clear that
Destiny. You can play
Nightfall.
Destiny afterwards. We'll just go and take
on
down
for a
one
little
person.
sale.
Just
We'll
a little
go.
sale.
We'll
Yeah.
just go.
You know
take
what?
down
Then
one person's
we won't
shit.
go too much longer on this one. Then
Yeah.
so we'll
No,
have a
well,
little
we're
extra
gonna
time.
go off in another way
we're gonna go
ourselves.
play.
Yeah.
We're gonna go play Sea of Thieves.
Actually, guys, we're done the podcast.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
shut up. We're gonna go
yeah,
play
see,
games.
yeah.
if you're all good, we're just so
We're just gonna leave.
a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, so
'Cause you guys
we're
are
actually
still here.
we're actually just coming up to the hour, and we only really plan to do the hour.
We're actually going to just abandon the fucking
Yeah, we're
podcast.
just gonna-
I still have stuff I want to say. I still have stuff. I
Oh,
wanna
look
say.
at that!
Yeah. So yeah,
I just
Kieran, go
realized
ahead.
as well there's a patch that needs to be done, so I'm kind of just hitting the patch now. Just so
Oh yeah, download it.
Oh yeah.
I'm just downloading the patch quickly.
You know, so we'll keep the podcast going as long as the patch is.
patch
is-
goes,
yeah.
following.
You
Yeah,
have until the patch is done. To...
yeah, it's fine.
This is great.
Yeah.
I'm super excited now.
Yeah. So we so recently then the reason why we decided to talk about this is because even though I don't think any of us have actually played it, I full plan on playing it. Actually, we might even play it tonight. Actually, after saying this, is that they brought out their first
Major
story expansion now, which is bringing in Captain Jack Sparrow and Davy
Pirate's
Jones
Life.
now. That Pirate's Life, which is freaking awesome. They did like a
It's
nice
awesome.
deal with Disney.
Hey,
it looks incredible fun.
I'm just gonna
Actually,
say
it's already updated anyway, so I'm actually good whenever.
I'm just gonna say I think it's really unfair that they did the Pirates of the Caribbean thing, brought in Jack Sparrow, and they is it
Didn't
just
bring
me
in
or-
Davy Jones.
No, Davy Jones is in it as well. But
Good.
Davy
I
Jones
love
looks
Davy
like
Jones.
Davy Jones. I know it's an octopus man, but still.
He
Jack
looks like
Sparrow
Jack
doesn't.
Sparrow.
I don't
Jack
think
Sparrow
so.
looks like Jack Sparrow.
I
He
don't.
looks like Jack
I don't think he looks
Yeah.
like Johnny Depp, and I'm just kind of like, did you guys do that because everyone's trying to
does
cancel
look
Johnny
like
Depp?
Johnny Depp. That's because
don't
you don't
know.
look like Johnny Depp.
Tell that to everyone I meet in the street that always shouts, "Hey, look, there's Johnny Depp at me," and I'm
Well,
not saying that
also
just to say it.
That's
I'm not
just your
saying that just to say
imagination,
it.
man.
That's
All that
really,
one person
it's
is
actually
Johnny
really
Depp.
nice.
Hi, Baven. If you're
No,
watching.
Baven, no. Like legit, we were laughing about this one day on the way to the pub, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was called Jack Sparrow one day," and legit, as we went into the pub, someone turned around and went, "Oh, there's Jack Sparrow there," and I was like, "Fuck me."
God.
Literally, a guy,
I
any
hate being
guy,
recognized. I hate being called one of the most popular characters of all time. God.
yeah. It's like you have long hair and a goatee, and straight away you're Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I know I wear
I
eyeliner.
I think in terms of the stylized design that they do, they did a pretty good job of
Yeah.
remaking Jack's what he looks like. I think so.
I agree.
Mm.
I agree.
Yeah, I know
So
you're the
if we-
artist of the group, man, but you know.
If we haven't already sold you on the idea, it is one of the most fun games to play with a group of
So
people.
fun.
Because
Oh,
it is,
yeah.
it is
It's
constant chaotic panic
Yeah.
when you're trying to do something, and
Yes.
God forbid you can't shoot worth of shit because you'll lose to a single person on a boat.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
That
Because
has
if you
almost
miss, you take your time with those cannon fires because like genuinely
It's surprisingly hard to
it's
hit people.
very-
with that.
Yeah.
It is
It's
hard
very
to
hard
hit
to
when
hit
you
people. It
when
is
you
really
get in
hard.
that when you get into
Yeah.
like the zone
Oh,
for
when you
those
get- yeah.
cannon,
Yeah.
You get it
it's
though.
so
I love it.
sweet.
I love it when you were getting it because I was playing again recently playing, and there's these new monsters in it now that I've never seen before. They're kind of like crab rock monster things.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then also when you're sailing, you can get randomly attacked by skeleton ships, but the skeleton
I love
ships
that.
come out of the water
Yeah, I
like the
love
dead
that.
man, like Davy Jones ship.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
awesome.
And I remember
Love that.
looking out, and it came up, and I was terrified. And you know, your ship is getting hit and you got to repair it, but then you also got to go fire as well. It turns into chaotic mess. It's amazing.
I love
It's
that.
very hard to play by yourself. It's very hard to play by yourself.
Yeah, it's not a solo game. As much as I would like to play it on myself, just some days I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'd like to play that.
I have.
Yeah.
Because,
like I've kind of just the funny thing is, like, anytime I've kind of played it by myself, I just kind of jump on, sail around for a bit. I don't do anything, I just sail around just because I'm like, this game is so nice and peaceful and beautiful. Sail away.
EMC strike. But one thing I would say, okay, I'm gonna go, is there anything in the future you'd like to see? We don't have to wrap it up quite yet.
I know you're asking that because you've got a point you want to make.
I do.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I would like a little bit more of is a little more customization with your ship. One of the biggest things that sold me on this world was the idea of me owning my own ship.
Yeah.
And when you only have the choice of 3 different kinds, which is fine, and you can change things like the hull, like the look of it, and things, but they're all still going to be the same ship, determined by how many people you're playing with. You also can't like actually name your ship, which I find really upsetting.
I'd like that. Yeah.
I would like if you could actually name your ship, have it on the back as any ship would, and have the name on it, which would be cool. I'm not looking for like you to be able to design absolutely every bloody element to, because I know that could take ages. But definitely a bit more customization rather than just a different coat of than just a different coat of paint. Like, it would be nice, I think.
Fully agree with you.
Yeah,
I would like.
I do not, because I know you're totally excited about this. So before you give your one, I just have like a little my only thing I want to change in the game or add to the game is another ship or another 2 ships or something like that, because. No, they added, because there was only really the sloop, and I don't think the brig was there at the start.
It was. They had the 3.
Was it always the 3? Oh, okay, right. I completely forget that. But I wish they would have another ship, because the galleon, like, the sloop is perfect for 2. The brig is perfect for 3. The galleon, even with 4 people, is still so hard to drive and control. I think that should be made a 6-man ship. And I think they should introduce a smaller 4-man ship into it that makes it. It's just, I think the galleon is, and I know plenty of people work well. I've worked well with using the galleon before. I just think that the sloop and the brig are balanced well to the amount of people that are on it. I think the galleon isn't balanced well enough to the number of 4. But I'd like a few extra ships. 3 ships just seems like not enough kind of thing.
Well, that's what I mean. Everyone has the same ship in the world, which is a bit of a bummer to me when the whole concept of the game is literally just you're a pirate on your ship and you can plunder and attack. I would just more customization for your ship rather than just colors.
That is exactly what my point was gonna. Not exactly my point. I personally I've been on the brig or the galleon with 4 people and I thought it was fine. What I want a bigger ship.
Oh yeah,
maybe make it a 6 to 8 man ship.
Yeah,
give me a man of war or something like that. You know,
there was hunted files. I think there was like what are they called? The file hunter guys, code hunters, data miners. Yeah, data miners. There were people who data mined that beforehand, and they did find man of war.
Because there's the 3 of us. And I know I know at least 3 other people who would like to play the game, but we all can't play at the same time because the max you can have is 4 person per ship. So good luck getting them onto like the same server even. Like,
you can do it. It's actually not.
You can do it.
Not as hard as people think.
Yeah, but at the same time though, if we have a 4-man ship, and say there's 6 of us on it. The 2 people who are not assigned to that ship, if they fall overboard or anything and they go to the mermaid to war,
they're gone.
Yeah. They're gone. So I would like a bigger, maybe a 6 to 8 man ship, because I would love to have. Now again, that might be tough in terms of balance.
Maybe
I don't know, but I would like, because it's only because I have so many people who I know who want to play the game, but we can't play it together.
Do you know what the problem I find?
I would love a bigger ship.
The problem I find, and I know I have it in my group of gaming friends, I suppose, as well, and it probably would have been the same when I play with you guys in terms of gaming as well, is that there's always more than, like, let's say for example, Destiny Fireteam is 3. There's always more of us than 3 people on.
Exactly.
And even when we're playing like the likes of Call of Duty or Sea of Thieves, there's always more than the 4 of us on. So you always have like a group of friends where there's like 5 or 6 of you, and it's like,
what he's gonna do. One person left out or something.
Yeah, so there's always one person left out, or like one person has to jump off and jump on with them, like, and then it's like, it's a bit, it's odd, and you're all in the party saying things, and you're like, but there is no one over there, and you're like, oh no, I was talking to him.
I was talking to the other group. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Is there any story thing you'd like to see? Because now that we know that they've added in like Pirates of the Caribbean, now is there any other movies?
Grace O'Malley.
I was just about to say that. I think they should bring in Pirate Legends. I think they should, actual Pirate Legends, and have like small,
Blackbeard and all that. Yeah. My suggestion is way better, because this is what I've been hinting at. I want to say this because I want it to happen and I love it, and if it happens,
give it to me.
Okay, so now that we know that they've struck a deal with Disney, please give me a Muppet Treasure Island DLC.
I would love that. I thought you were going to say Iron Man. Please just give me Iron Man.
Treasure Island.
I would love awesome. I would love Treasure Island. I would not if it being the Muppets.
Maybe just Treasure Island.
Treasure Island. Because that is the best pirate movie ever made.
I want Long John Silver.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know one
Tim
thing?
Curry's Leon.
No, yeah, absolutely. Do you know one thing I actually would?
Treasure Planet's Long John Silver.
Oh, Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
Do
you
know I want Captain Amelia as well. She's
Captain Amelia.
Horrific.
What a great movie.
Character.
One thing I would absolutely actually love to see, now I've just kind of hit me. I know I was talking about guilds earlier on, and the Reaper Guild is kind of the guild they push to be the griefer, so you go out and attack people, and that's how you actually get up your score in the Reapers. I think it'd be great, because they're bringing in the guilds, they should bring in a bounty hunting guild. And I know they kind of have it already, that when you sink a ship you steal their flag, but they should have a bounty hunting guild that you can go out and it marks up, you go to like an outpost, you get like a contract to find a ship that's griefing, and it kind of just like marks it on your map, and then you go and hunt them down and like sink them, take their flag, and get like points for that. I think that as an extra class would be fantastic.
A lot of games have that sort of implemented a bounty hunter system, and it's not just for a guild. It's literally what happens in a lot of games where PvP, especially MMOs,
Fallout 76.
If someone's griefing constantly, killing, they actually get like bad armor or whatever you want to call it, bad red, and their symbol comes up on the map no matter where you are, and you get a massive reward for killing them.
GTA Online does that.
You get so many people then rushing to this person to try and kill them.
There is something like that I've recently seen in Sea of Thieves, that you can see an enemy ship highlighted on a map. They have to actively turn that on.
Flag on. So use the Reaper. You can put the Reaper flag up, and you can put your own location out on. But it would be cool, because it might encourage, like, let's say for example, because they're a griefing ship, they're obviously good, they're talented at the game. That would encourage, like, if you're part of the bounty hunter guild, to be like, oh, look, you over there, do you want to strike an alliance and go and get this bounty hunting ship? So you could, like, 5 or 6 of you just get an alliance, all of you reaping the reward, and take down the ship much quicker than you would have on your own, So it might be a good way to implement that, like, later on.
I do like the new guild system where you can sell stuff to. There's like a merchant guild. There's like a Reaper guild.
Rats now.
Build rats. It's pretty cool. It's a nice way of, like, so you are level. You have that little kick of serotonin. It's like, you are leveling something up in the background. No matter what you're doing.
I'm getting something out of this.
Yeah. What a fun game. What just an absolute fun game it is.
Let's go play it.
The funny thing is that from
Kieran. Stop it.
Okay, final thoughts then, Kyle.
Final thoughts.
What are your
game,
final
play
thoughts? Let's go play it. I am delighted that a once amazing studio that kind of fell to the barrel of Microsoft is now one of the better studios again for Microsoft. I'm really looking forward to more Sea of Thieves.
Final thoughts. It's absolutely wonderfully fun game. It's free on Game Pass if you have it. You don't have to pay for a single thing. Also, there's microtransactions in it. Boo.
No, you get pets though. You get a cat,
You
and there's a
buy
monkey,
a cat or a dog or a
and
monkey.
a dog. It's awesome. I want to
Just
buy a
saying.
cat.
Just saying.
I've never bought microtransactions in games
Me
before, but
neither.
I've been super tempted to buy a cat.
Kyle, final thoughts.
Good game. Go play.
That's it.
I'm with that.
Take us away, Joyce.
It's a good game. Go play
It
it.
is. It is.
If you
And on
got
that
a few
bombshell.
friends- if you got a few friends and you have either remember you can if you don't have an Xbox, you can play it on the PC. If you don't have the PC, then try role playing, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
There
your
is a
option.
tabletop RPG of it.
Just don't.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Maybe just don't go out in the streets punching people and stealing their cars. It's not a good
No, but get yourself like your uncle's speedboat. Just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
get
Oh,
that.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
just start attacking random fishing or those really posh yachts.
Yeah,
You know those guys. You know those, they're
yeah,
always
yeah.
they're dicks anyway. You might as well
get something out of it.
get some out of it. But otherwise, yes, Game Pass, €10 a month or whatever the cost is, and you can play it if you want to just give it a shot.
Crossplay
So
enabled as well, so
it's-
PC
it's-
player can play it.
yeah.
Okay.
You can
It's not-
also turn that
it's-
off. It's encouraged.
It's a great game to just have. It's one of the few just really solid games out there for like multiplayer. You really want other people to be involved, but absolutely have a laugh playing with your friends. Definitely do yourself that favor and give yourself and give it a go. Like it's good.
And if
fun.
you don't
It's
have
very-
friends, then
get friends.
Go
Consider
get some
look-
friends.
Consider looking inside and see
Hey.
what the hell went so wrong.
If you don't have friends, you can jump on and you can go fishing in it. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to deal with anyone. Just
You
go
can
fishing.
just
Or-
go fishing.
Message us in the comments down below, and we'll play with you.
Message Brian. He'll play with you.
Just Brian. Brian is open invitation to
I
you.
have open invitation. Come join me.
Okay. And
Alright.
with that note, thank you all for joining us in this episode 15. It was fantastic. With Sea of Thieves, we're now looking to go play it, and you're great. Thank you for all that. And we're going to be streaming. We're going to be playing again next week. We're trying to go on a more regular schedule, but sometimes it doesn't really happen. All the way, all got jobs and other responsibilities and whatnot. Not all happens. So yeah, good job. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Love you.